Hello, welcome to the grand finale of our event today, which is the, let's say, World Cup in Climate Business Games. And for the final, we would like to invite Toke and Aslak from Østerskov, Efterskole, to join the stadium here. And you have to sit on different sides of the table. Gorkim from Prime School, from Sintra. And we would like to, last but not least, to invite Maria Inés from Colégio Militar to join the stadium.
I guess we just shuffle it and then...
Alright, son, so we've started the game.
Yeah.
What's the first preparation phase that we
The
go
first
through?
is that we have to decide who starts the game. This is what we call business leader in turn. So the business leader in turn is to start the game is Alice. It's the number A you can see on the screen here. And who got that? We have to identify. You got that, Gorkim?
I got the card.
Perfect. You'll start the game and you go clockwise. Now the next step in the game is that people have to decide on their portfolio, and they're given a random portfolio of companies. And of these 4 companies they get, they'll have to pick at least 3 of them for their initial portfolio. During the game, if they lose all the company cards, they're no longer a business leader by definition, and they have to leave the game. So they have to take care of not ruining the games.
Of course, yeah, but how do you get that portfolio? Obviously, you have to buy them, right? So how much money do you start with?
You actually start with 15 money. And so the players will each get allocated 15 money coins from the board, and this is what is happening right now. They are also looking into the team cards. You cannot run a business without having a team. So they each have to got random 3 business team cards, and they have to decide if they want to hire the cards. If they're not hired, they go into the HR pool, and if they are hired, the participants keep the cards secret.
Yeah, obviously, we've talked about this in the semi-final, but those cards aren't that important in the early games, more when you get to the later stages of the game. But we haven't really talked about the objective at all, so what's the objective of the game?
Well, the objective of the game is to make so much money so you can survive as a business, and you also can survive to do all the investments in decarbonization needed to reach net zero.
So, if you look at the screen, you can see there are those little black coins. Those are the ones you want to get rid of in order to win.
These are the carbon coins. As we call them. They signifies carbon emissions, and each carbon coin signifies a global increase in the temperature of 0.1 degree.
Yeah.
So that's why they go into that's why the carbon bank, which you see on the board, is shaped as a thermometer. So if all the carbon is in the bank, you have a global warming of 1.3 degrees. If all the carbon is out in the economy, it's 4.5 degrees. And the climate scientists say that around 2.5, it's not very, very healthy. And 1.5, it's tolerable. So the idea is to create value and decarbonize.
So now we've started the actual
oil and gas and wind power, they gain money, and oil and gas gets...
So what they've done now is they've drawn an event card, and obviously they have to pick between those 2 options that they can play.
So
exactly, and each card can influence the values of companies, value chains, of portfolios, or industry sectors. So right now they're discussing what is good and bad for them. And the business leader in turn has the privilege to decide which carbon event to pick. So right now they're discussing that. First we can listen into the discussion a bit.
Did nobody have cement?
Yeah, I had that. Oh yeah.
So either you gain money, I lose carbon, or I just gain money and get carbon.
Yeah. So.
Alright, I think I'll go with A. Yeah, I think I'll go with A. Yeah, I will go with A.
Does anybody want to cover that?
Yeah, I do actually. Want to bet anything?
No. So you get it for free?
Yes. So I'll have to put 1 on it and then throw 2 in the bank. Yes, we'll do.
So now, right now we are down looking at those series.
Oh yeah, the carbon, my bad.
So who do you think is on top right now?
Well, it's very interesting to see, because you can see some of them have a lot of carbon in the portfolios, but they seem to be more or less on the same level. So all of them have to decarbonize. So A carbon card is being turned.
Okay, I want A.
No, so our steak and farm. You got farm.
Steaks
rules.
and farm. So
It's a
who
carbon
has
event,
farms?
Farms.
I
Yeah,
You
you
do,
have
okay.
steak
on steak and farms.
Also,
I
I'd
will
lose
eat
1 money
and carbon.
and carbon. All portfolios with 1 carbon coin or less gains
Mm,
1 money.
1 money.
So 2 money, 2 money, 2 money.
2 money.
and
So it would be everyone gets 2 money.
Everybody gets 2 money, or you
Or
2 guys.
So
lose
with
money
this
and-
carbon
and lose
event,
carbon.
which one would you say that
Well,
like,
I'm
would
fine
be
with
best
the first.
for?
Well, it depends on
I
the
want the
portfolio
first
they
one,
have
is that
actually.
alright?
So they are suggesting that.
No, I'm not going to do anything.
3.
I will. Yeah. I will change the carbon events.
Go for
To
it.
the second one.
I mean, it's
does
2 money
anybody-
for everyone.
Yeah. Does
2 money?
anybody want to change again?
No.
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 No one's sponsoring. So, yeah.
Nobody
So-
wants to change the carbon event.
So,
They have
so
the
what
option to
what
do that.
happened here that they changed it because
wait, no,
they used one of their
All portfolios, so I have to do it like
green risk officers, right?
Yes.
So what does that mean, sir?
That's
go
actually
for
that you
this
can
one.
manipulate the truth a
Just
bit. The what is in the news media, it's a bit like an influencer or a lobbyist,
Option
or
both,
just
or-
an officer that can
Or
reduce
both
the
of them.
risk for your
Three.
business. So
3.
this is what
I
it
got 3.
personalizes this
four.
card.
Yeah, so we saw Gorgon change that into number 2, which meant that
Yes.
everyone just
Does anybody
got some
want a
money.
bit more?
instead.
Yes,
no,
and as
I'm good.
this card has a price, it also it's an investment he does
I just got
for the future.
What?
Yeah.
For 1.
For one?
Yeah.
Yeah, for one.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
You did one.
You can do it for the 2 of them. Yeah.
I mean, you can do, not him.
Double.
No,
But
it's
I
fine.
need a
Alright.
There's a
Is that
bigger
your turn?
discussion back and forth here.
there.
Okay, I'll just allocate a bit of my money.
Now a company goes on auction from the bank, and everybody has the right to bid
It does
on that because the bank wants to optimize its profits. But they had a starting value of, I think we are bidding 4 now. Was it 4?
I
mean,
think
here?
it's
5. It's up to 5. So it's a very attractive card for several players for several
I'll do
reasons. 6. We hear 6. Any higher? 6. Now this, it's a cost-benefit analysis they're all doing right now.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Because 7 is a lot of money, you know.
It's a lot of money in this game.
Lose carbon.
So with him having so little money now, what could potentially be a problem for Gorgon?
The potential problem is that he will run out of companies. He cannot pay, so he will go bankrupt. And if he has no companies, he's not a business leader, and will have to leave the game. Cement goes as an offer, is offered for sale, and nobody wants to get that. Right now it has a 0 value and 2 in carbon emissions.
Well, is anyone even interested in this?
No one seems to be interested in cementing.
There's a bit of
operators.
desperation in the air because there are no buyers and 1 seller, so no deal this time.
So discussion happening right now on whether or not one of them should get money from this carbon event.
Yes.
Obviously, we're starting to like reach the later stages of the game.
Yes.
Some of these players only have 2 carbon coins left.
Exactly. So it's you can feel the intensity going up here, because they're all quite close in actually decarbonizing the full value chain.
No, I'm not doing anything either. You enjoy your money.
3 different schools, 1 from Denmark,
Yeah,
2
all-
from Portugal.
And all eyes on Mariana's night right now with only 2 carbon left.
Only
Trying to
2
get,
carbon
trying to
left.
get rid of 1 more.
And she's from the military school in Lisbon, so she knows about strategy and how to
Remember, yellow
win the
is
good
bad.
fight.
Do it. And you also only have 2.
Oh, now it's a very, very significant move here.
He's gonna. Does anyone want to? Does anyone want to?
I'm good.
They all pass.
I'm not going to come.
I'm not. Alright.
It's down to 1
Yeah,
carbon
that's
already.
that's not good.
A lot of cards played here. It was a very, very
What I can take over is
When you
grid and pipeline and standard metal are being affected by this carbon
you
event.
just gain money, and you
And
also
I'll just gain 1 money.
and you gain 2. Or
So they are just figuring out what are the pros and cons by choosing which carbon event.
Yeah, and at this point in time, obviously money is also quite necessary in order
Yes.
to buy those team members, because there's so many out on the board.
Exactly.
You can get like there's 6 right now, so obviously those are very, very important to get a hold on.
Absolutely.
And well, some of the players have more money than others. If you look at Gorgon, he only has 3.
Yes.
If you look over at some of the others, there's quite a lot more money to be spent.
Quite a lot more money.
Too much money for my company.
12 is the highest bid right now.
12 is amazing. The highest bid we've ever seen in a game, I believe, was 16, and we saw it by one of the participants in the semifinals.
I hate that.
But you can see how the value of these cards go up.
terrible.
So that's market economy at play.
But we just have to agree to.
Yeah, to buy those.
'Cause all cheap
they
wins.
can get it.
So that was an expensive card to get, but
It's okay. It's alright.
can be worthwhile.
I'll just put them over here.
So that's a lot more team members now for Maria Ines.
Yes, and that gives her always obviously some strategic opportunities.
Especially considering how Gorgon is down to only 1 carbon coin right now.
Exactly.
So obviously that means that
He has a match ball every turn.
and you need to be able to counter him.
Exactly.
I have on the.
But I believe he himself has 2 or 3 members in his team, so I mean he can shoot back if he needs to.
He is in a very good position actually. He's a very skilled player. That's why he's among the 4 best in the world right now.
So what does it mean to just play 1 blue card?
It means that she wants to decarbonize one of her companies, and believe which one will that be. There are 2 companies she can decarbonize,
If I would have it, I would play.
and in this game, it's a personalization of the fact that companies have to invest money to decarbonize.
Yeah.
It can be new technology or new processes, or just other activities in the company, and they cost money.
Well, okay. Wait. So she has 2 yellow.
And obviously if this goes through and she decarbonizes 1
Yes.
more
Yes.
company, it means that she's down to 1 as well. And then
Exactly.
suddenly
Then she's a
there's-
very, very good position to win the game, and she knows that.
But obviously a huge discussion going on right now whether or not they should allow that. Because obviously that does mean, again, there's more pressure on the Østerskov boys
Exactly.
But she doesn't have.
Yeah, I know.
and on Gorkum as well, but he himself only has 1 carbon
Yes.
left in his company.
Yes.
Onto the yellow ones.
He's probably waiting until he's in turn so he can decide what will happen, and then the other people have to react. And since he has a lot of team cards,
Yeah.
he can react a lot to what they do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So he's a very sweet spot here.
Yeah, I went for them.
You can.
Going up to 3.
Gorgum's biggest problem is that he only has 3 coins in total in terms of money, so it's not
Yes.
he can't really like bid on any auctions because he's already now they're up to 3, so he can't bid higher than
He's
that.
basically out for this auction. He cannot participate in auctions above 3 because then he'll go bankrupt.
How much?
So they're discussing right now which one of his companies to change because
Yes.
obviously he's trying to.
It's
just
actually the European Union say that as a whole industry has to decarbonize by a certain amount of carbon, and so they have to decide by amongst themselves. And this game, it's a business leader in turn that decides, but everybody can take over that decision process by playing a CSO.
You take the decision instead of me. Right now, I'm taking the decision to these 2. Your own doesn't have reps, so you can't choose your own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
but you
affect.
can. Yeah, but
I'm
you
gonna
can
choose
choose
these
like
2.
these 2, for example, and just
Yeah,
make
just
them
make
look
them
Not
lose
gonna
too
waste
Yeah.
my cards. Thank
No.
you.
Is anybody gonna do anything?
Some of the players pass this opportunity.
Let's go bankrupt. I don't have any money on it. I have 0 carbon.
Oh wait.
Ooh! I got
So
second.
that was-
I have more money.
No, I choose 2 red companies, and I choose my own to lose carbon.
Yes, and nobody. Actually, we had a winner here because you did a very clever thing, and the other business leaders didn't pass.
I was
So,
second. I have more
congratulations.
Oh, how do I not know that?
That's too good.
What happened in the finals here was that the business leader who won could pick 2 companies in the consumer electronics value chain and decarbonize by 1. So he picked his own 2 companies, and no other business leader interfered in that decision. They could have, but they chose not to. So he got rid of his companies because they went bankrupt. They couldn't pay. So he handed over the carbon and the company card to the bank, and thus he still have companies left in his portfolio. Thus he's still a business leader, but he has no carbon in his emissions, in his portfolio, and therefore he won the game. So congratulations to you, that's very clever. And second place went to the player with one carbon, who had the most value, because there are two companies, two portfolios with one carbon left, and one had simply more money in the bank, in more value. So that was the second prize. And the third prize here was you, because you had one carbon left, and you had the fourth place because you had two carbon left.
Yes.
Though you created more money, more value than your opponent. But you basically all had a negative return on investment because you started out with 15 money and you didn't have 15 money left. So it's not a perfect world, but it's a carbon-free world you have created now. So congratulations to all players.